What if I told you that Mass Effect 3 only had two endings? Male Stargazer and Female Stargazer. You'd probably think I was diminishing your Shepard. The Mass Effect universe is subject to the many worlds interpretation. All of our decisions are valid and all of our decisions are meaningful because they all actually take place, but within divergent timelines in the same universe. These are our save files. The base reality of the MEU, minus the smaller details, is grounded in three periodic events that span the breadth of all the possible timelines. The Battle of the Citadel, the Fall of the Collectors, and the Reaper War. Following the fall of the Collectors, we find our first case of divergence, with two new timelines emerging. The first is a dead-end timeline where the Reapers wind up victorious because Commander Shepard died beyond the ME4 relay. Or Commander Shepard survives the ME4 relay incident and makes it back to unite the galaxy after the events of arrival. If your Shepard survives the ME4 relay, they'll go on to the ending of Mass Effect 3 where they'll experience their second moment of divergence, and four separate timelines will emerge: Destroy, Control, Synthesis, and Refuse. Picking from the first three options will always give you the male Stargazer, while picking Refuse will result in you seeing an Asari with a human child at the end. Both of these individuals are telling a story to a child thousands of years in the future. That story is also your save files. But the distinction between the two worlds is a very important one to make, because these are two very, very different world states.
Did that all really happen?
Yes, but some of the details have been lost in time. It all happened so very long ago.
When can I go to the stars?
One day, my sweet.
What will be there?
Anything you can imagine. Our galaxy has billions of stars. Each of those stars could have many worlds. Every world could be home to a different form of life. And every life is a special story of its own.
Tell me another story about the Shepard.
It's getting late, but okay. One more story.
Did that all really happen?
We'll never know exactly what it was like, but yes, the archives tell the true story of those who came before us. They fought a terrible war, so we wouldn't have to.
And that's why we have peace.
Yes, without everything they accomplished, without the information they passed down, we too would be threatened.
What else do we know about the Shepard?
Just what we have in the archives. But I've only told you a few of the stories.
Can you tell me another one, please?
It's getting late, but okay.
Counselor, the mission.
We've lost contact with SAF. It's gone dark.
How soon will the Crucible be ready to deploy?
Counselor, I wish the news was better. We didn't get the information.
What happened?
Cerberus was there. We were defeated. We don't know how to finish the Crucible.
I don't know what to say. What was the situation on Thessia?
Deteriorating fast. The Reapers are there in strength.
Then you'll excuse me. There are preparations to make, continuity of civilization to consider. I never thought this day would come.
None of us did. I'm sorry.
This might be the most important moment in all of Mass Effect because it sets in motion a timeline that avoids the Mass Effect 3 endings. In the Refuse timeline, by the time Shepard chooses Refuse, Liara T'Soni has become well versed in Prothean technology, Prothean stasis devices, and is now the most qualified person in the galaxy to run a secret operation to hide from the Reapers. She has the experience necessary and she has the knowledge base. And if that logic follows, then there is a timeline within the Mass Effect universe where Liara, Shepard, and the crew of the Normandy all survived the Mass Effect 3 ending. The Citadel Council is in power, the mass relays are intact, and in a high EMS Refuse ending, both the Quarians and the Geth would survive to possibly go back into conflict again. But most importantly of all, the Mass Effect 3 endings and their consequences are defunct. Edie is still alive. Garrus is by the bar. Tali is building her home. Jack got laid. And Liara either had a bunch of little blue babies or went on to become one of the most important figures in the galaxy. None of which is actually possible under the male Stargazer endings. And given the option of pulling that off and not, I know which one I'd rather pick. So while there might not actually be a real canon ending for Mass Effect 3, I feel like this is the best ending for Mass Effect 3, at least for me anyway.
Okay, one more story.